Yes, people, hopefully you can hear me. I've returned from illness since Friday night. So yeah, I've been meant to do streams, but every time there's something going on, it's like going on my stomach or my head, because you know them ones there when you're trying to sleep and at the back of your head there's a headache and you just keep rolling over until you can't be arsed anymore with life. But like Man United, I can't be arsed with life. If you want to grill me on Man United, it's up to you. I don't give a shit. There's nothing that you can tell me that I don't already know. So yeah, that's all good. But other than that, we've got a little bit to talk about, like Sancho reaching the Champions League finals, a punch in the face to Ten Hag, to Man United. And then we can talk about how much of a flop Mbappe has been at PSG, in my opinion. And then obviously, can Man United or Spurs spoil the party? Maybe even Fulham. But that's why we got hit. That's why we got LB. I wonder what he says out of both of these lot. Which one's more likely to spoil the party? Which team in London? But yeah, but how you boys doing anyways, man? I feel like it's been ages. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Being in that bed feels like an eternity. Even now I can still feel aches in my joints, but yeah, it's better than what you lot saying.
Chilling, bro. I'm very chilled. I seen the Fulham players flying kites yesterday in training, so we know where it's at with them. Big up to Fulham. You know, we got 3 London teams next, man. So I'm hoping they're all gonna do us a favor, man. But yeah, hopefully you get well soon, bro. Big up the chat, big up the panel as always. Big up, lads.
What was your 3 London teams? What, Fulham,
Tottenham, West Ham, innit?
Oh, West Ham, they're gonna roll. Oh, they're rolling over, innit? Lately,
Yeah,
you'd think they're one team to actually do something like against Liverpool, but I can't see it unless Paqueta plays his heart out or something. We saying, Dan?
Yeah, all good, bro. Like, good to see you back. Good to see you feeling better. The sun's out in the UK, so in a good mood, and football's been enjoyable because Chelsea are doing all right. So all good. Good to see all the panelists.
Yeah, I saw the table. You're like, it's in 2024. I think you're the 4th team to accumulate the most points. 28.
Yeah, I think our form post Christmas is actually like, I think it's 1 loss, or post January is 1 loss or something like that. So it's actually not too bad.
Poch in, Kunle? You're on mute.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dog here, man. You know before, now today you go understand. And Dan, I know Dan badly wants to say we got our Chelsea back. Just say it, Dan. We don't mind.
No,
say it. Say it live here on Never a Foul, bro. Just say it. We'll get behind the hashtag. Everything. We are all in. Pochettino in. And look, I'm not gonna be too harsh on Poch. I always said that he needed time. Whatever I saw at Chelsea, I told him that it was a mess, and this season wasn't gonna go as planned. Like, no matter who was there, I think only maybe if an Emery or Ancelotti are 2 managers that could deal with the delinquents that were at Chelsea at this current moment. But I still think in 2-3, if he gets 2-3 years of these boys, if the fan base can be patient with him, he'll do something. But I don't think this fan base are patient enough, so he'll probably lose his job before Christmas next season, and we'll be laughing about Chelsea for another year.
By the way, Monts will be here as well. So I don't know where you lot want to start, but do you want to talk? Do you lot just want to grill Man United on that 4-0? Do you want to grill me? What it's up to you. Like, is that what you lot want to? Why are you shaking your head like a little kid? Did you see that? Like, it's Christmas.
You're asking me questions.
No. At least do it out of the way. Like, do it in a different manner.
Okay, sorry.
Look at this guy, man.
Let's just get it out of the way because you lot.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Like, look, do you know, like, LB, this is when I realized that I really do not even give a shit about Man United. I'll be on all streams, socials, I'm tagging everybody. Used to this now, like all this embarrassment for Manchester United, we're just not used to it. It's like it resonates with me because I remember the downfall of my.
I feel like I'm on Xbox playing Gears of War and there's jet lag. Like, I mean, it's lag.
Yeah, you remember when you used to play FIFA and your parents was on the internet and you was like, "Get off the fucking internet, mate! I'm trying to play FIFA." You know what I mean? And your players just lagging.
Wait, is it better or worse than last week?
I suppose I can't remember.
I wasn't on last week, so I don't know, bro.
Chat, let me know. Is it better or worse?
Oh, you're moving mad.
It's
criminal.
It's like you do little pauses. So if this is your,
but it was fine pre-show.
Yeah, because it went live and then they can't handle an extra megabyte.
Right.
Shit, that
it
one
literally can't handle it. How can it not
thing.
handle an extra megabyte? And then you got little kids trying to ring up my phone as well, like we're like what 3-0 down, yeah, and people that I don't know, that I'm just associated with, trying to ring my phone like we're friends, like close friends. Yes, you, Elijah, in the chat, you are one of them. We're not friends. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know you, like. Have I ever spoken to you on a 1v1? No. Anyways, if you don't want to go talk about Kunle, you can try your best. I mean, Dan, try your best.
Real quick. Someone made a very important statement in the comment section. First of all, they said it was worse than last week. Sorry. Is Kaz not in jail? We want to know the answers.
Wait, I have to get in jail, so I have to host from. Well, if Mons gets here, I suppose so, but I don't mind that. You lot want me in jail? You lot are fucking racist, isn't it? All right, I see.
Bro, I'm just it's the viewers, bro. They're the ones that call them through. We gotta give our audience what they ask for sometimes. You know them ones.
You lot are fucking disgusting, man. Wait, is that what you lot are voting for? Dan, you
the game's the game, bro.
Yeah, look, we were in jail the other day, mate, so I can see why they want it.
You fucking little pricks. You absolute assholes. Are you happy? Suppose I'll make it bigger. Are you lot happy? This is what you've done.
Good look, mate. It's a good look in there.
That's the one. Right, that's the one we need. That one.
That's where United fans belong today.
Anyways, man. Anyone else want to say anything else on Man United? Anyone?
Yeah, I do. How good was it? You see Mason Mount before giving it the smirk little smile like he was about to rip up Crystal Palace. That is delightful. I hate him. He was so good.
He did nothing all game. He's literally ass. I don't know why he's there for. I worked it out, yeah. You know, like the numbers, that amount of money, because they could have got him on a free this summer, right?
Yeah.
I think he's played like 1,000 minutes or something. It works out at like It works out, I think, at like, I don't know, like including wages, £500,000 per minute that he's been on the pitch. It's actually crazy, man. Listen, we all know, man. Ten Hag's lost the dressing room, innit? That's it. Yeah. You know that performance there. I seen someone say it reminded them of
Watford. Same.
Watford, yeah. It's he's lost the dressing room. There ain't no way coming back from that. It's done. It's chalked. He'll be gone in the summer. No matter what happens in the final, he'll be gone anyway. And someone else will come in,
the squad are blatantly speaking about, let's just get this man out, innit? Like last we'll start afresh with a new guy and see what happens in it. Can't have a good pre-season behind us, but let's just get this man this real quick, man.
If money weren't involved, I think Ten Hag would just go. I think he probably understands that he's lost it as well. But I think obviously he just needs to take his packet, doesn't he? For getting sacked. But surely he's got enough respect to think, actually, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. But like you say, he's just waiting for the cash,
money. What do you mean respect? Are you joking about respect, bro? I'm trying to get my freaking Benjamins, mate. What are you talking about, bro?
hey, yo, this is a good comment as well, yeah. We need to speak on this, bro. Big up Sashi in the chat, yeah. Rasmus Højlund, man. This guy needs to do more. Man. You can't just sit there and say, oh, well, we don't create a lot of chances for him. The guy does nothing, man.
But there's more to it than that, though. Let's be real. Like, the guy had received one touch from a player in the box in the first, actually the whole game.
But even like his hold-up play, Cass, is stinky, man. It's stinky. Like, I watched Dortmund last night, Fulkrug, yeah? He didn't get too many chances last night, but the guy was holding up the ball. The guy was battling, did it in the first leg. Like, what does Højlund just ghost the whole game?
Is he going to be another one of them?
Last night, I thought Fulkrug's hold up and link up was actually quite shit.
Really?
Yeah, because there was a lot of times where I saw Sancho free or on the other side free, and he just didn't pick them out. He just didn't see them at all. I was just thinking,
but is Højlund even at that level, Kaz? That's the question.
But the difference is
shit as he was.
Yeah, but the difference is, like Fulkrug is what, fucking 31 years of age. He's 11 years older than him.
Yeah, and do you know what? Fulkrug's never had the pace that Højlund's had, so he's always had to have like other areas to his game be strong. that Højlund could run it if he wanted to, and he's young and he's inexperienced. I just feel like, would I be confident going into next season with Højlund being my striker, no matter who the manager is? Because I haven't personally seen enough in him for the price tag and what he's done this season. Like, are you confident, Cass, next season?
Well, I wouldn't be confident with him being the only striker going into next season. Obviously, you can't have him all the time. You've got to have a mix-up of option. I just don't matter. It doesn't matter who you pick out of this United side. It all looks trash. I've been saying it for a minute.
That is right. They're all trash, but I'm just saying, like, he does need to do more. Like,
you say, you say he's
is
lost
it
the
true they're calling Kobe Jemba? Is that a thing?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But you got to look at it. For me, you look at the attitude at the start when he did join to compare to now. You say Ten Hag lost the dressing room, and I'm pretty sure they've all lost. They're all in one dressing room. They've all lost hope in this guy. Who's doing much more for him? Ask him to do the same thing week in, week out. The same dusty lineup week in, week out. Like, I'm not being funny. You see, you've gone from Sancho, Marcel, Rashford to Anthony, Garnacho, and Højlund.
Stinky.
Do you know how awful that is? So I know what I'm going to see. You know what? You know when a top red like Steven Alston comes out and he does one of his previews on Crystal Palace, which looked like it was pre-made because he was talking about Scott McTominay potentially starting. I'm thinking, wait, he's injured, mate. So how long ago did you make this shit? And then he's just saying, even he couldn't be bothered. He's like, I just know what I'm going to see. There's not going to be anything different. The gap between the midfield and the defense is the biggest gap ever. It's a bigger gap than Expression's teeth, blood. Because honest life, that part there, you see it even on a thing when Elise picked up the ball, and look how clear he did. He just dribbled and then he scored. That's and you want to tell me quality? It don't matter what much quality you get from that, because you lot are trying to force me into a rank because it's working, isn't it? But I'm just trying to say this with this fucking with this.
Well, we hadn't even said anything, man.
You've talked yourself into that, mate.
It's the bars. When he's seeing the bars, it's getting
it's
to
the
bit by bit.
This bald white megamind. I believe, he's trying to get sacked. I believe he's really trying to get sacked.
He wants the job in Germany.
Bayern job, yeah,
mate. He needs. Well, he's going to be in a fucking job center after this, mate. Because honestly, I don't even know if they'll take him at this point. I'm just thinking.
They would have ran you, so they'll take anyone, man.
It doesn't
matter
matter
what... a bit of United sloppy.
Nah, the Bayern. But the thing is, with the Bayern thing, like for me, it doesn't even make you a top coach anymore. It's like because they know the way the league is set. There's a higher chance of Bayern winning, even with a dead coach. That's the reality.
That's true. That's true. I just don't know what I don't know what he thinks of trying to play a style that just no one is behind. Does that make sense?
There's 4 key errors that Ten Hag has made in his tenure. Like I'll list a few. I'm sure there's probably more, but these are where I think he went wrong. First of all, was the Ronaldo thing. Like in hindsight, it sounded like it was a good move at the time because he showed he's the big bollocks with one of the best players ever in history. But I don't think most managers would have taken that approach. They would have probably tried to empower Ronaldo and find a way to fit him in the team and make it work. It might not have been for a long period of time, but he could have done better with that. That's number one. Number two, how he handled Sancho. Like it was a problem that he didn't really need to fix. I believe Sancho would have hung himself out to dry anyway if Ten Hag just was patient rather than calling him out in press conferences and all that stuff. But that obviously Sancho must have his clique, and his clique in the Man U team obviously started to hate Ten Hag, and that's where the bad blood started as well. And coming out and telling Man U fans that I can't play my playing style here. Like what the thing that we got excited about you coming here about? What, that playing style? We can't play here even after the amount of money we've let you spend. Like that's I can't think of number 4. LB, help me out here.
The Dutch players that he signed.
Yeah, the Dutch players he signed.
Yeah, he signed too many early doors from that league.
Oh yeah, Anthony being so expensive and not working out.
That league's dusty, man. That league is dusty. It's not a good league. It's real. I've had a massive agenda against that league. I really do. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get a good player from there. Before anyone says Suarez. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm just saying that on the whole.
LB, that's like 11 years ago.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you know what it is? It's because they all play nice football over there. But like, you need to be careful, man. And spending. Did you see the Ollie interview that he did with Gary Neville when he said like they scouted Anthony and they all valued him at like 20 million, and then like 6 months later United have spent 90 million. That's on Ten Hag, man. Ten Hag's actually made this United team worse. The squad, as obviously Cass mentioned the front three before. you actually went through like the starting 11 2 years ago under Ollie, I reckon it's probably better than this. They've got a goalkeeper now who can't keep the ball out the back of the net in Onana. Yeah, they had David De Gea.
I agree.
David De Gea was a better goalkeeper. Now, I know that if you wanted to play football out from the back, he couldn't do it. But, like, you know, I say Onana is United's Claudio Bravo, isn't it? He is the Claudio Bravo, bro. But the thing is,
with
like, Claudio...
LB, with De Gea, you could legit handpick games where he won us the points in these games. You could pick those. You couldn't think of one game that Onana won.
You really can. To be fair, there's a lot of games like Sheffield. He was sick against Sheffield. Like Burnley somehow kept us out. He kept us a point there. And that was only a reason ago. Onana's has been good since January. Just everyone thinks towards that buy-in part. But I hear what you mean though. There's been points where he's just been getting packed in. But at the same time, you should not be facing how many shots? How many shots? No, look, big man thing. How many shots has this guy faced this year in the Premier League? Even De Gea didn't face that many shots.
Nah, yeah, it's criminal, man. Like he came to the United focused on fixing the back line before he tried to play with a ball playing goalkeeper. For me,
and even it's like, why would you chase Amrabat? Yeah. Just for not to play him. No wonder why he can't get going.
You know what? World Cup is dangerous territory signing players off, innit?
Like Enzo.
That's what I'm saying.
Enzo,
think how many James Rodriguez in the past. But there's a lot of players.
The difference is with Amrabat. Why give Amrabat saving graces? Because if you don't give a player a run of games ever, you can never see them get going and see them adapt. How can a man adapt if he doesn't play and gets minimal minutes and gets played out of position? Don't get me wrong, he is a bit heavy and clunky, but you're never going to shake that off. You're never going to shake that off unless you give them a run of games. And
I agree with that. And I think if you look at a team like Dortmund, where they're willing to back a player and let him get fit and let him play, you start to see what the player's about. And like you could imagine a player like Amrabat go to Dortmund, then all of a sudden start getting minutes, start playing well. Look at Hartford Dortmund's squad's been at United and then sent back to Dortmund.
Yeah, you look at Sabitzer yesterday, and I'm thinking it goes to show, defensive football is just frauded anyways. Like, you got to think, under Oli, Sancho, defensive football. You look under Ragnick, you know, he's probably his best spell, to be fair. He was the creator. Bruno Fernandes looked like he was nothing in that system. I like Sancho and Ragnick's system. Him and Fred were the best players. And then you look at, what's it called? Obviously, Ten Hag, first season, defensive football. Obviously, it's not Sancho's game. And it goes to show that he doesn't like tracking back. It goes to show he wants to play the football, but you don't want to play ball. For me, it makes no sense. And then obviously now we're looking at this guy getting in the Champions League final, and you think he ever wants to come back to Man United unless it's with a Ten Hag.
If he wins the Champions League, bro, and then just rocks up at pre-season and Ten Hag's still there, just dangles his medal in front of Ten Hag. Yeah, all right, Ten Hag, lad. It'd just be hilarious.
All right, Gaffer. You got one of these.
And you lot told me the difference between Sabitzer and what Mount does. They both just got bare energy. That's it. They're all-rounded midfielder, but just bare energy.
I don't know if Mount is Cass. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know if he is an all-rounded midfielder.
I'm not going to.
The best I ever saw from him was a 10 in a double 10 with next to like Werner.
I'm not going to judge Mount too harshly just yet because he's barely played. So whatever he's gone on in his life, I'll wait and see in it. But all I know, it's not a first team player. Bench, impact. Can you do that? Can you play in goal against Arsenal this weekend so we get packed in? So
he's a coach's player, Mount, and if the right coach can get hold of him and he believes in him,
he's a teacher's pet.
He is. But ultimately, you can get a good player out of him that could work in a system like Henderson under Klopp. Like Henderson was never the best player in that side, but just understood exactly what Klopp was asking him to do. Mount was the same with Tuchel. He just he weren't the best 10 in the world, but he just understood how that system worked.
He's never been
like a Ray Parlour.
Tuchel tried to drop him. Tuchel tried to drop him when he come in first game. And then after that, he was undroppable because he just fitted the system.
Yeah, but he's never been. When you think of his adult career, he's never been a midfielder. He's been a wing more in his senior career. He's played on the wing more time, right and left. When he's in the middle, I don't think he knows what's going on too much. He's like a bit better version of Conor Gallagher in the middle.
Yeah, he doesn't read the game.
Connor's better essentially than Mount. Connor's better essentially than Mount.
No, I think I'd rather Mount. I don't like
Really?
what Gallagher offers
Like,
energy.
look,
Gallagher
guys,
on it. Yeah, allow it. Like he
they're
offers
both,
energy.
yeah,
Only.
it's one of those conversations where they're both like mid anyway.
They shouldn't be playing in the
One's
top
came
6
in at the
starting
right
11,
time.
should they?
Bruv, I stopped that, bro. We're not going to get in a debate about them two, but it's long. It's fucking long. Like, let's be honest.
Let's
But
save the chat that
I just
pain.
don't get this Ten Hag, brother. I don't get like what he's on. Like all his signings make no sense. And Casemiro, let's be honest. I thought Casemiro would give Man U 10 games and then down tools and be on a holiday. But he gave you lot a whole season. And then he's like, Ten Hag, what you lot got for me to as backup? And he's like, these are the signings that you brought for me. Oh, fuck that, man. I'm meant to be in fucking Saudi, bro. Long thing.
He saw Thiago Silva, didn't he? And was like, I want a bit of that, that chilled out Premier League balling life.
Literally, bro. Like, I broke my back for you lot last season, and then you bring me Mason Mount and Amrabat, bro. Don't take the piss.
I don't blame him anyway.
And Højlund, man. Why wouldn't you down tools after that? I'm a Champions League winner 5 times, and you want me to be playing with a midfield of one young academy product and freaking Tony Stark. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's all mad. It is all mad out here.
What's this? Thomas Frank, Amorim, Southgate, or Gary O'Neill? Who would you take? Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel. That's it. None of them. I'll take Amorim.
Is that for the United job? Yeah, surely. Yeah. Like, you ain't taking anyone but Amorim for that.
No, it's just Amorim for me, but no, it's Tuchel. If it isn't Tuchel, I don't really want no one else. Or
I'd rather the Bournemouth gaffer than any of them as well, I think.
Yeah, Gary O'Neill's a good manager, man.
He's all right, but Wolves have been in really poor
just
form
landed.
recently,
He's literally just landed.
Yeah, but
just let Gary O'Neill cook for a bit, man. Let's see if it's really what we
that.
think it is. Like, let's just give it time. You know, always in a rush.
You know what? Tuchel just to piss off Chelsea fans more.
Oh, yeah, that'd be devastating.
This mid off is turning into like I'm feeling it again. Like thinking, bro, who can get revived first? All I know, Pochettino's staying. Whether you don't like it or not, the brother's staying. Since you're in such good scintillating form, one loss? Is it 1 loss or 2 losses since January?
He came into form at the right time.
1 loss in the last 12, actually. I think I was on 1 loss in the last 12, and I think it's 3 since Jan or something like that.
Since that Mr. Hernia's fucked off back to hospital, they played better football as well and been slapping teams. I wonder why. But anyways.
And Kaz, do you know what it is? This form that they're going through right now is the reason why at the end of summer window, Don is going to be like, yeah, top three, yeah. This because of this form. You saw what we won. Once you start playing players in the right position, then we start cooking.
No, but I'm in. Yeah, that's how he talks as well. That's the maddest part. Oh, what's it called? But I'm in. I subscribe to the part. If you finish the season quite well, then the next season you're more than likely going to start well because the team. Because that's what I think that's what happens. Arsenal, because we always talk about 2024 as a whole. Like I remember Conte did it. Ended well, started well. I think Man City as well. It kind of ended kind of badly, like in a way. But then because obviously they just changed up the team. They already won the league. But then the first start of the season, what was people saying? They're not the same. So that's an anomaly right there. Hot and cold. Liverpool as well is again they always start the season quite well, but they usually have a draw sign in between. Anyways, Monts. Shut the fuck up.
You're telling me, Joe, bud.
I don't know, man. At least I'm away from humans, innit? You know what I mean? So I can get better. But you can tell I'm still congested a little bit.
Yeah, you're not even in jail still. You're in solitary confinement. Talking too much shit on the wings. That's what you've been doing.
What shit did I take? Did I say we were beating Palace?
You've been orchestrating streams. You know what I'm saying? Leading cook sessions from 6th place in the Prem. You're hovering just above Newcastle and above Stamford Dings. Like, let's keep it about the fact that you were even on the wings this long was a travesty in itself. The fact that you was able to you get it. The fact that you was able to lead the line for some of these cook sessions, be in the top left while man in the dust. Do you know? Like I've been in the dusty prison bin, yeah, where you're sitting there and sipping, filling away, fam, filling away. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I had to sit there and really take it in because we had to. Don't worry, Corey got dealt with yesterday. Corey got fucking dealt with yesterday. If you don't want to go see that. Go look back yesterday.
It was brutal, man. I saw it was brutal.
Brutal, yeah. And I'm thinking, it's not just Corey that needs this to be dealt with like this. It's Cass. it's Traps, it's Flawless, it's the lot of you, man.
Where's Ty?
Do you know what? And the thing is, I wouldn't even say Ty as of yet. Do you know why? Because when like I remember the specific stream when the news dropped that Martial got injured. It was when United were on like a 3-game win streak and Martial got injured. And he saw the news and he banged his pillow with so much force. The crease was still in the pillow for the whole show. Like he was that mad. Because you see him, I understand. I'm not saying Man United fans have to hope because your manager stinks of shit. Yeah. But just have some decorum. So when Arsenal are fucking up, like, cool, get onto them, but don't be leading the brigade, leading the charge,
Who?
In the title race.
Who?
Like, I've had Corey cook me for like 7 streams, bro. Like 7 streams during my fall off.
Yeah,
like,
but that's deserved.
You know where and who you come from.
But that's deserved.
Hallelujah, amen.
It's bro. It's
You're
like,
the one that led the contact hype.
It's like me going to a homeless shelter and you telling me, sorry, bro, you wore those Air Forces last time you came here.
So for me, you know what? In future months, on the weekend, when it's not the Man United game and stuff like that, you need to host. So wherever you need to go in London, I expect you to be on Never Foul hosting because I don't have a right to host or cook.
No. I'm not saying you don't have a right. No, hold on. I'm not saying you don't have a right. I'm saying leading the brigade.
Yeah, like look at this. For example, look at this show. Look at this show. You're in jail.
Kunle, the best thing is the best hosts don't even need to say much. More time, I don't even say anything during the cookings. I just leave it to everybody else. I don't have to say nothing.
Listen, you and me both. We both been in that. I understand it, but you have to get what I'm talking about. Where like you Traps, Flawless.
You can't get onto Traps.
And I've.
What do you mean you can't get onto Traps? Why?
Because Traps has been 10 out since Brentford away when we lost 4-0, brother.
Wait,
hold on. This thing and Ches has tried this angle. All these checked out brothers that are checked.
Yeah, checked out FC.
Clubs. Like I'm not having that. Anyway, I'm gonna troll every other team. Like it don't work.
It does work like that. It's called YouTube.
Nah, if you're checked out, that means
like your connection.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly like my Man U, City's result was Liverpool's result. So I don't want to hear any of that rubbish. I want you checked out of football. I don't want you to have any emotion.
Who's this guy?
If you tell me you're checked out, then that's what one is drawn going on streams like fish.
What is going on, man?
So you're checked out or checked in. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is doing it, man.
Yeah. Anyways,
I need to go and watch this back, man.
One, guess what? You lot are still gonna watch me cook another brother, and you're not gonna check me either, because you never do, because you're too into it. And secondly, I'm on loan to Arsenal, so technically I'm top of the league. Yeah, tell me differently. Thank you. Tell me differently.
Yeah, but the thing is, even then, if you don't go win the league, even the guys you're on loan to are gonna get cooked to you.
My loan spell ends June the 30th. I mean, is it June the 30th or May the 30th? I think it's June or June the 1st.
May.
No, because on FM minute it ends at a certain period, isn't it? Which one is it?
I don't know.
Is it June the 1st or June the 30th? You can cook me for that.
What I'm saying is that like guys, just obviously they're gonna be allowed to cook because it's entertainment. And listen, when Cass, when Traps, when all these guys get cooking, it's great entertainment. Yeah. However, don't think these men aren't swinging that air particles. Listen, I thought Darwin Núñez was crap the second he laid a foot.
No, according to the video.
But do I still get cooked for Darwin Núñez's fuckery? Of course I do. I'm checked out as to how shit he is, and I've been checked out for how shit he is for a long, long time now. But I still get cooked for it. You know what I'm saying? So you know when Trap does you can't cook me. You can't cook me. You can't cook me. You know when he does all of that? No.
Yeah, that's rubbish, man.
That's rubbish. That's rubbish. You can still be cooked, whether you're Ten Hag in or Ten Hag outside. You know what I'm saying? You can still,
as long as you rep Man U, you can get cooked. That's it.
Right.
The end.
Because the second these man win 4 or 5 games in a row, it's, do you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm already hearing cheeky comments, cheeky stuff. First talk. As I said, these men pay for depression, but just hold them accountable, innit? Don't let these men shrug their shoulders and go, "I told you so." Get on to every single one of their players individually, and especially not the low-hanging fruit. So don't be talking about the shit guys like Anthony, who we know is shit. Don't be talking about the overrated guys like Garnacho, who we know is shit. Don't be talking about Casemiro. We know he's fat. We know he's overweight, and you know what I'm saying? We know that. Let's talk about the uncomfortable conversations about Kobe Mainoo running with a parachute on his back off the ball. Let's talk about the uncomfortable conversation. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about how Varane signed to Manchester United at 28 years of age in his prime, and it was supposed to be on the VVDS signing, and frankly hasn't been half the player of Ruben Diaz. Let's talk about those sort of conversations. Let's talk about how Nana was the best, well, arguably the best keeper in Europe, and now is one of the worst. Let's talk about the uncomfortable conversations.
But they're not uncomfortable because it was only last year when Casemiro signed. You man was saying he's on the beach. We're not just there thinking that when we signed Varane, we already knew he was getting an injury-prone player. Like, let's not act like we don't know that Man United don't destroy careers anyways. So this is not, again, for you, man. These uncomfortable conversations we've been squabbling to ourselves for a long time, a decade. Yeah, so don't worry about that.
I'm aware, but don't worry.
You do remember how they were fighting Casemiro's corner last season about he's not on the beach, he's come here to do.
How about this, though, Kunle? You're one of the ones that was backing him.
How about this? I'm ready to talk about Lisandro. How can real uncomfortable conversations?
How can you talk about? You don't even lie. This is gonna be young.
Dan.
That's like me talking about Thiago.
Dan, availability is the best ability.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but like,
you know
that's half United's job, though, isn't it?
Because I'm doing a keep sell buy edition for Chelsea, and guess what? Nkunku's looking like a big flop for me. Even though he's a quality player, but he hasn't played, and availability is an ability. Now, as I said, there's plenty of uncomfortable conversation when it comes to.
But then you're just a hypocrite, then.
Plenty. Oh, how am I a hypocrite?
Because Thiago's got track record of being an injury-prone bastard, and yet you still rep him. A bit like Ty repping Martial, which makes no sense. He ain't won nothing in his career, so it's the same thing. So is that not being a hypocrite? No,
but you lot can still get onto Thiago.
Yeah, but I know, but you're still going to protect him. How can you have an uncomfortable conversation with? How can you have an uncomfortable conversation with a guy that's broken his ankle and a different place in the knee or some shit?
Again, because personally,
I'm glad you said the word broken.
I don't know if he's a root returning the same minute. I'm just saying I don't know if it's happening. I don't know.
We don't know.
How about this? He needs to come back better, even better. Because again, open heart surgery is what you might need. That 4-0 loss was a representation of what should have been happening for many.
Well, if you want that conversation, then I want a conversation about why Cody Gakpo is better than Mo Salah towards the end of this season.
That was not part of the agenda today. We are not talking about that. That was not part of the agenda. Let's not go.
Wait, LB, Dan, did you guys see anything to do with Mo Salah, Liverpool in the title? Someone look at the title. You see the title, right?
Actually, yeah. Keep looking up. Keep looking up. Ben that
Bro's got the controls, man.
Trust me, bend that neck like a bad BG because you're gonna have to keep going backwards, G.
Let me know. If I don't see that, then please stick on topic. Stay on.
Do you know what I've noticed with people going jail? Yeah, because it's all pretty new to me. But as soon as people get in there, they just start deflecting left, right, and centre and go off on the maddest subject. Let's talk about Man United. Come on.
You know what it's Dan. Yeah, I like.
By the way, he's better than Højlund. Remember, you said Højlund's better than him. He's better than Højlund.
By the way, yeah, I like substance. Yeah, and when you're gonna come with energy, make sure you're not a hypocrite like Monts. So I call him out for it all the time. Like the thing is, he says you can't be on the wing cussing man them. But how can you cuss someone with uncomfortable conversation by having an injury year? But yet you can't even have that same breath for some of your own players, except for one.
Monts, don't.
Oh yeah,
you're on trial, brother. Hey, Mons is not on trial. Hey, nearly start. Hey, Hey, you're a professional at this, Kaz. Clearly,
how about this one? Wait, one sec.
You are. Listen,
That's back to solitary for you, man.
Hey, you're coming with me.
Yeah,
You're coming with me.
Doing that.
This is what you get for losing the league and saying quad.
Guys,
oh my
Oh, we got Salah and Anthony on the wings walking around in jail.
It's crazy. It is
Oh
crazy.
My God.
Listen, guys.
You're with me.
By the way, I forgot. Rasmus Højlund. Remember how
we're talking about him. We're just talking about him, to be fair.
Yeah, let's talk about him a bit. I wrote Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus, don't ever compare him to Nicholas Jackson. Don't ever compare him to Jackson, and don't compare him to Noon. Don't compare him to Cody Gakpo. Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Yeah, this Donny is a Viking with acne blood. He is Patrick Bamford with acne, fam. That's what he is, fam. That's what he is, bro. That's what he is. Yeah, get him on the skincare routine, and then get him some shooting drills, and tell him to stop fighting his fucking centre backs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why did you man fight his corner? Oh, no one creates chances. No one creates chances. If anyone was playing up top, they'd suffer. Oh, my favorite one. Oh, if he played for your club, he'd have 20 goals.
And this ain't what is this? This is VF.
To be fair though, Monts, didn't Højlund's old gaffer cook your team as well?
Say that again.
Like Højlund's old gaffer's tactics cooked your team as well, so he obviously knew how to use his players. So exactly, bro. Højlund might be a player in the right system.
Dan, let's not get off track. Dan, let's not get off track.
We're talking about Højlund. We're talking about Højlund, though.
Bro.
Yeah, but Højlund was.
He wants the jury to start fighting amongst themselves, so we can get distracted of what's going on there.
I think it's a little bit too early to go on Højlund that you can't compare him to Gakpo. That you can't like Gakpo, Højlund, Jackson. I think they're all in the same sort of boat.
And Gakpo's 3 years older than him. He's got a tall frame. Yet he's got a tall frame, but yet he's a bitch. Like honestly, a bitch. We saw this last season. I asked Kunle then. I asked LB. Was it not last season? At the end of last season, that Cody Gakpo started deciding he wanted to play a bit of ball, and then they were talking about him being the starting striker. All of a sudden, they want him sold again. It's the same shit. Dominic Szoboszlai, Cody Gakpo, Darwin fucking Tropical, Andy Carroll. It's all the same shit. It's a bunch of shit. It's shit.
Hey guys, from solitary confinement, do you hear echoes or do you just not hear anything at all?
Brother, I'm not.
I don't know. I think that's Kunle still in his connection.
Unless it's about Manchester United, we can speak about our teams. Like if Dan says something about my club and how we lost, that is on the panel. He has a right to speak about what he wants to speak about.
So you want to host them once? You host them once.
You know when you say I have my, you know when you go, I have my rights. You don't have your right to rope. There no right. You don't have your rights over here. You don't.
Excuse me.
At the end of the day,
I will use.
I'll
use my rights.
Hold on, a Root Rasmus. Yeah, he has what? How many? Has he got 8 league goals and 2 assists or something like that? How many? What did he get for Atlanta before was it 9?
He got a 9 all comps, didn't he?
Oh, no, don't tell me it was all comps. No, LB.
I think so. Let me have a look. One sec. I'll check it. Let me get some the accurate information for the courts here. No. My bad. He had 9. He had 9 in the league. He had 16 in all competitions.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure he did okay.
So I'm pretty sure. So these guys saw that. They saw that. And then all of a sudden, wait, is a man trying to give me his one joke?
Answer it once. He'll waste his call. Go
on. Hold on. Wait.
Don't let a man waste his call.
He needs to call you back. Yeah, go on. Hold on. Yo, this is your one call. Make it fucking count, bro. What you want?
Hey, that's my last quarter, fam.
Huh?
What you doing? Not answering.
Bro, listen. You got the letters, bro. You got the letters. Don't be calling my phone.
You fucking Tariq Lamptey, fucking Adamola Lookman, confused cunt. Yeah, not answering my call. Anyways,
hey, listen.
You host.
Yeah. No. Listen, what is wrong with these gel guys? Like, I try to make
Thinks
sure
he's
his
in a
baby mum-
position to give demands and all.
Bro,
When did
listen,
that
I
start?
told him, listen, while you're inside, I'm gonna take care of your baby moms. I'm gonna take care of her. I'm gonna take care of her baby moms. You know what I'm saying? She ain't anything I
Make
got.
sure she right. Make sure she right. Make sure she
I make
right.
sure she's straight. She right. I'm gonna keep your baby moms right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna keep his baby moms right. Talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get one phone call. You know what I'm saying? Hey, anyway, yeah, I'll take it from there. But listen, what was I saying? Yeah, with Rasmus, he's got 9 league goals. Yeah, so they went and paid 70 million. Yeah, 70 million after not getting Kane to go and get this guy who's now about to get his same tally in the Premier League after pretty much playing almost every game that he's been fit for. This man, I'm tired of the whole he doesn't get much service. Create for yourself. There are other ways of scoring and making yourself useful as a striker. I promise you. Like, we talk about Jackson. Jackson gets treated like he's 85 mil, I promise you. With the scrutiny he's been getting, or he's had throughout the season, you think he was 85 mil. You think he was Darwin Núñez's price. It's a £30 million striker. He's doing what he's supposed to do at his price. Slightly, I don't know, Dan, if you believe he's slightly exerting that, slightly or just below.
No. I think he's exceeded in some areas that no one expected him to, and been worse in the areas where we expected him to deliver.
And that's a fair assessment.
But he, like you're saying, Mons, about him creating chances, like that's actually something Jackson's been able to do for himself, is create something out of nothing. Whereas I agree with you massively on Højlund that I think he has to work in a system which is almost exactly what I was suggesting with his manager last season, is that he got him in a system and he was a young kid and got him working and got the best out of him, arguably generated an excessive amount of money for him as well. I find that crazy. I think United was scared. United could see Man City across the road with a striker in Haaland, and they wanted someone of a similar build, a similar sort of nature, and they got him from Wish. It's as simple as that.
Anyways, the difference is, don't try to do that. The difference is Darwin Núñez's full price with transfer add-ons, is 100 million euros.
Yeah, but then look at Darwin's stats that got him to that price.
And guess what? It's the same amount of trophies. So, which is only one Carabao. So what's it called? And the difference is Højlund's overall fee, including the add-ons, is 72 million. That's the difference.
Crap.
Yeah, but that's the difference.
He's crap.
The difference is there's a 28 million difference. There's a 28 million difference.
All right, yeah, but they're both crap.
They're both
crap.
The real issue is how much clubs are willing to pay for mediocrity right now.
It's like,
That's
bro,
the
there's
biggest
2
issue.
skid marks, and one you can wipe off, and the other's just permanently there.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm actually glad you said about skid marks, because I'm just clocking the time on the show. Another skid mark, Spurs. Can they spoil the party?
What party?
Stop it. Hey, Spurs cannot spoil anything. The only thing they're spoiling is their trophy cabinets every year with their lack of trophies.
But you know what?
The only thing getting spoiled at Spurs right now, is Ange's barbecue at the end of the season, mate.
Yeah, but the only thing I can say is, don't you think
no shrimps?
Don't you think when a team loses so much, they're due a result, right? It builds up, and then all of a sudden, everyone expects them to lose. What's the most dangerous kind of Spurs? Is the one when there's no expectations anymore. So
isn't it Burnley then City? Isn't it Burnley then City?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no expectations at the end of the season either.
I think Fulham's more one but it's going to be trickier.
Facts, big facts. No, that's not even taking a piss. That's big.
Is
facts.
that for you, LB, or Arsenal?
Yeah, for City.
Right, you were worried about your game the other day, LB. You were a bit nervous, weren't you? And you absolutely dominated it.
LB's a changed man, bro. Since this goal difference thing started, he's a changed man. Like, I've never seen him this stressed at all. He's usually happy-go-lucky, confident, chest out, put full double D's out. You know what I'm saying? He's all in. But he's been a little bit cautious over the last few weeks. I'm like, what's changed, LB?
Arsenal keep winning. That's what's changed, bro. I thought someone would have took points off you. No, I genuinely think Fulham, for me. I think if we beat Fulham on Saturday, I think it's over, man. I think it's done. I think Fulham's the last one. I genuinely do. I think Fulham's the last one. I just think they've City go to Spurs, man.
knowing that they win there and then it's just got that. Because the West Ham game, most people think that's a formality as well. They're on the beaches, their manager's leaving, they're checked out. Half the team wants to play for our club anyway.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Similar to the Everton for us, literally.
Yeah, I think it's checked out season. So I think it's this Fulham game, man. I think that's the one. I think Fulham get through Fulham, and I think that should be it.
You literally said it yourself, though. Fulham are on holiday, mate. They're like flying kites at Motspur Park. Like, what's going on there? They're done, mate. They're 13th. They got nothing to play for. 1 win in their last 5. Yeah, they've turned up at times this season, but I would be more worried about Wolves than I was about Fulham.
There is a little bit of something to play for. The Premier League table, especially with all the new stuff that's going on, determines how much money you get at the end of the season.
Yeah, but the players don't give a fuck about that.
The players don't care because they don't get any extra for
Well,
it.
I'm not being funny. There's a couple games left. They can push themselves maybe to 10th. Something respectable in it. But
they don't care. They don't care about that.
But the thing is,
I mean, at least to make the Premier League interesting, they should just take points off you, though. Fuck it. Right.
The only way they're getting their points any different might be if they finish in a top half position. They might get a bonus for that. Other than
is that achievable in their remaining games?
If they hit 10th is top half, isn't it? I think.
Is that's achievable for the games they have left? Yeah.
Well, yeah, like potentially they got 4 points off it. So,
Monts, do you want to answer that quickly?
Multiple adverts, mate.
Multiple. This guy.
Yeah, don't do my guy like that.
Wait, but
don't do my guy like that. Saying just the one, bro. Sorry, bro.
Respect. Yeah, it's loads.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. So if you've seen Tariq Lamptey running towards a van, then you already know where it is, isn't it?
Back of the van.
Yeah, the back of the van. Back of the van, the van.
All right, stop it. That's the back of the van. Stop it, man. No.
Hey, yo, quickly as well, right? People keep on asking about City and Spurs. Why are we not speaking about Arsenal, man? Their dusty record at Old Trafford, 2 wins in 20 years. What's going on here?
I was going to say, can Man United spoil that party? Because you know what? It's weird, yeah, with Man United. They only get up, with their Viagra settings when it comes to a bigger game. That's it. That's why I say when it comes to Man City, I don't expect them to get rolled over like we did against Palace. I just don't expect it. I think because it's too much of an occasion. But do I think we're going to lose at this point? Probably, to be fair. It's more than likely, let's be real. But I don't think it's going to be a 5-0 settings or anything. The better Man United version is the one, again, when everyone expects us to do even more worse than we already are. I think it was, who was it against not too long ago, where they expect us to get battered like 4-5-0. We end up winning 3.
Liverpool.
Yeah. I think that was the one.
Yeah, but you just need to shithouse it in this game, bro. Like, listen, why?
Yeah, why? I don't want you doing a 4P.
No. But in terms of like just your actual team, like I get you don't want you don't want.
It's our last home game. Is it our last home game for the season as well?
Yeah, it is. You guys could just shithouse it because imagine. I know your fans might not want City to win it, but like you don't want Arsenal to win it either. So like imagine the tears of Arsenal fans if you get even a draw for you like loses them the league.
Stop giving them ammunition, LB. I see what you're doing here, trying to rally the troops and that. Nah, forget.
Nah, they need picking up after their recent form, man. I gotta get them like up for it, man, because they're down. They're 1 winning 5 in it for United. So
I'm not too sure with this. It's like the thing is with the whole Man City 4P, it gives something to work towards again. Like there's a record that needs to be broken or at least matched. So there's that excitement upon that part, which I don't mind. The second part of me just says, why would I want something above Man United's history? Because now they're saying that I can't even say that. But then again, I never even flaunted a 3P really too much.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think United fans, honestly, are getting way too deep about this, man. Like, who cares, innit? You know what I mean?
But the thing is, living with a Man City fan,
sure you do,
living with a Man City fan direct and having a bunch of Man City fans come down from North to here all the time and talking to them is making me just absolutely cannot stand City for shit. The arrogant mugs, yeah. I always come, by the way, they're very nice people, but I'll just say it for the sake of it. Arrogant mugs. It's like, I just want to wipe that smirk off their face.
Yeah, but bro, then you're going to have to deal with Arsenal fans, innit?
Yeah, but I don't mind because that's football.
You say that now, bro. You've not experienced it for 2 decades. I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for
different
you.
breed.
Hey, LB, what the whole football world needs and...
Oh, sorry, bro. You like that. Exactly what you're saying, man.
Leeds good internet.
That sounded super interesting as well, that Kunle, bro.
Kunle, I want to know what the world needs, man.
We all
build-up.
wanted to hear it, bro.
No, honestly, like Kunle, yeah. What is
go
up with this
2 or
connection?
3 seasons, bro?
No.
Ever since I moved to Abuja, bro, I can't find this.
Well, move out.
Move back to Lagos, yeah.
yeah, move back to Lagos, fam. What, can you not get fiber optic or something that I don't know what is over
Starlink. You need to get Starlink.
Whatever's in like Nigeria or something, like where you are, yeah. Is there not like an upgraded version of internet there? At least you know what it is. You know what it is. Actually, I'm gonna send you a link to something that because I'm gonna guess that your Wi-Fi is probably a good Wi-Fi, but you're probably far away from it, right? Then you need a web link. Then
there's a lot more to it, but yeah.
There's a web link. You need a thing. I've got it in my thing over there, anyways. But it's just it boosts the strength up like tenfold, isn't it? So at least you might be able to have some less particles in your camera. This is like no, man. People don't even want to know. Like, Kunle's an important man over in that country with his and this is what they give him. They give him 1 megabyte.
Shocking, man.
I hope this ain't gonna be lagging like how Arsenal might lag at Old Trafford. You know.
I just want to see United.
We're beating you lot at Old Trafford. I just don't know what the result's going to be.
No.
If not, just meet me at the NBA playoffs, innit?
Can I ask you something about Tottenham though? Like, do you reckon the Ange stuff is always been hype and it's always a Tottenham thing? And you know, we gave him London manager and he's a great tactician, great man manager, and all of a sudden he looks like a knobhead. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I like his press conferences, but from what I know from press conferences from the past Tottenham managers, they don't end well. Their second, that second season syndrome where the managers don't succeed or they don't do as well. Or do you actually reckon he's got a point, which I think he has a point anyways at the same time, but he doesn't have a plan B. His plan B is plan A.
Yeah, I don't get how people are giving him that hype to like actually say he's a great tactician. A great tactician for me isn't someone that gets by on one tactic, and when it does, and when a great tactician is someone that when that stops working, they already had something else like ready to go. He just don't have that, and he looks like a broken man. You see him against Chelsea, like that's the worst I've seen him all season. He's looking more and more stressed. He doesn't know what to do. He asks his team to do something, they're not doing it. If anyone's starting to lose the dressing room, it's him, because he's putting his players out there for sacrifice every single game, and like they are finding it tough at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think he's losing the dressing room though, bro. Because I think the Spurs fans will keep backing him, and the owners will back him as well, because they can't just keep on changing manager after manager. Like, they've got to stick with the they've signed up to this deal now. Like, they've got to stick with him for at least another year and let him have another transfer window. But he's just getting frustrated.
Alone, man.
Every manager at Spurs goes through this, man. They all have the little honeymoon spell, and then it's like, it starts to fucking go downhill, doesn't it?
But LB, do you know what? I think
under Mourinho and Conte, it didn't look pretty when they had the nice spell. Like, they were getting
results.
Yeah. Was pretty, and they had the nice spell. That's what led to
but this is the thing. Like, I don't necessarily think if we as fans were just watching Spurs, we wouldn't be overly impressed, or we wouldn't probably be trolling them. But when you inject their fan base in, that changes the whole dynamic of everything. Do you get what I'm saying? That they start saying, we're back, we're further ahead from Chelsea, Arsenal, Man U, and we're only 6 months in our project, and all these things getting said. Like, Spurs are a top 6 team. Like, anything above that, they should be doing cartwheels and backflips. Not saying that we're supposed to be there. Do you get what I'm saying? So what Martin Yo's doing this season is great. Like, continue playing good football and getting the Spurs fans excited. I think they did like a lap of honor after game week 6 or something. So the fan base are excited. They're all involved. So keep him, get behind him, sign him some talent, and keep pushing for top 5, top 6, man. That's it.
I think he's got. I do think he's got a point. Like Emerson Royal, Ben Davies. Like, come on, man. Like the replacement for a doggy, right, is abysmal. Pedro Porno when he's out, abysmal. Like Emerson Royal. Like I think it came out to say that the Barcelona Chiefs or whoever sold Emerson, they couldn't believe they put up 20 odd million for Emerson Royal still. Like, That's how over the moon they are. That's a lot of money to them these days in Barcelona, 22 million or 24 million.
You know, it's for me though, Cass, is because you know these players that they need to get rid of, yeah. Because I agree with those players that you just said they need to get rid of. But the problem with Spurs is, and they've been that is for time, is that they don't sign like good players that City, Arsenal, even maybe sometimes United and Liverpool are going for. They're always going for the guys who are like in that £30 million bracket, who are almost good, and sometimes they'll become good. But then you also more risk that they'll fail. Like they've signed Van der Ven, mint, but then they signed Dragusin, who's obviously not, who's not playing a lot. You know what I mean? That's what they always do. They need to step up and stop.
Last time they did do that though was players. Remember they got in Ndombele for like 60 odd million. Brennan Johnson was 50 million.
Yeah, but bro, these are players that like, why are they signing Brennan Johnson? Did anyone on this panel want Brennan Johnson at their football club when he was at Forest? No, I can say that for everyone. Nah. So they signed him for what? The English quota then. So why have they spent that much money?
I honestly think but UK quota, same kind of thing. No, but it's UK quota. It still counts.
Is it? Is he
They
homegrown?
got bare, man. They got
UK's homegrown.
Skaroo, Madison.
No, but that's. I think it was a homegrown thing because there was something about that before, and I'm looking at it thinking like, are you sure you went to whoever went to Forest? Yeah, they obviously got given a picture and not given a name. Like I honestly think they looked at it and said. Yeah, he will do. He's the one. When really and truly, they meant to go and get Morgan Gibbs White. Like, honestly, they must have looked at it and said, yeah, that's the mixed race guy. That must be him. So whoever went there and done the delegations of all these transfers, they got the wrong man. They got the wrong person, in my opinion. Honestly, it's a bit like when a referee booked Kieran Gibbs instead of Oxlade Chamberlain. Or was it the other way around?
Nah, yeah, you're right. I think.
Yeah. He sent off Oxlade Chamberlain.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's just like it's the same thing. Like,
no,
honestly,
he sent off. He sent off.
He sent off.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? Do you know what the maddest thing is? Yeah, it's like Spurs fans are debating if they want to sign Timo Werner on a permanent or not, and I'm thinking, are you fucking for real? Like, I'm not being funny, yeah, but when you're starting lineup, other than Son being a good finisher that he is, I think Richarlison has really come alive as well. So I think he's got a place to stay in that team because every time he comes off the bench, he looks something in that Spurs team changes, right? But when you've got Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski is looking like he's looking like this is why Juventus sold him in the first place, and then you got the other left wingers. It's like, what does Ange really have in his toolkit in terms of front players?
So this is where they need to Castle. This is where they need to go in the summer transfer market and sign good quality players.
Yeah, but they can't attract them, LB. Like they can't.
Why can't they go get that Gyökeres guy? Why can't they go get him?
Because he's got clubs looking at him that are on another level to Spurs that aren't going to be chasing sixth, fifth in the Prem.
Don't do that, Dan. Don't do that.
Who's looking at him?
Yeah, you're not. Don't say Chelsea.
No, I don't want him personally, but I don't necessarily think that I don't necessarily.
Well, you're above him. You lot are above him, or what?
What Chelsea
are above him, but anyway, Spurs aren't. Don't do that.
I think post Ange's last 25 games have really been poor. Like they're way off it since his little honeymoon and then his defeat to Chelsea. Ange isn't a top 5 manager. Like the form they've been in is way less. Like it's way worse than that. So like, for what reason does Daniel Levy back Ange? Like, what's he seen in the last 25 games, bar the honeymoon period when no one understood his tactics?
Well, yeah, but Dan, you've only got
nice football. The fan base are behind them.
I genuinely think they're closer to sacking him than backing him because I think they've seen that his football is suicidal, dangerous, and as soon as it got found out, they haven't been close to the side they thought they were.
But Dan, they were top of the league after 10 games, bro. What are we doing here?
No one. I know you're taking the mick out of their fans, but no one saw Ange's tactics coming. It was new. No one in the Prem had been doing it like Ange. And
he didn't say copy paste.
Yeah, but Dan, it's irrelevant though for me because whether you keep the manager or not, you've got to go and buy better players.
Yeah, I agree with you, but
hang on a minute. This club have got big cash to spend. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that graph going around on Twitter about how much money they can go and spend. So if they have to go to Gyökeres and go, you know what, we'll give you 250 grand a week. Because that's what City had to do when we first got bought. You know, players didn't just turn. Fabinho didn't come to City because he liked Manchester. He come because we offered him cash. If that's what Spurs have to do to make that leap, then that's what they should do. But
they
they
should
won't
look at
go and sign
speed up
these
their
further
development.
they should look.
players,
They should be looking at like Tony. Like if a top club don't want Tony, like, and they've abandoned that idea, go get Tony. Like, do you know what I mean? Go look at Mbuemo. Go look at Eze. I haven't seen no clubs in for Eze for some reason. But then again, they will say, what about Maddison? Who gives a fuck? Go get two players that are going to fight for the same position or fit them both in at the same time. Maddison has fell off a cliff. Basuma, there was Rice shouts him versus Rice at the start of the season. And rightfully so, to be fair, because Basuma was balling out. And now all of a sudden, he's really looking like a £25 million player. And then Bentancur can't keep fit. Bentancur is the only one for me that can keep his head held high. Papa Sarr fell off a cliff too. But then again, he's like, he keeps benching them and then bringing them on. It's like, what are you doing? You've been playing one game a week, and all of a sudden these fuckers are not fit enough to play.
Bro,
whatever.
It goes in line with what LB said. Like, Spurs always make the mistake of getting the new up and coming thing that could maybe go right, rather than finding someone that is right that people can get behind straight away. Like Maddison, he has a few good games. He's world class. He's better than Odegaard. Udogi's the best thing since
he was doing better than Odegaard, to be fair, this season.
Yeah, but then he became better than him. Doing better in a period of time and being better are two very different things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name? Vicario as well, saying he's the best. Like, and he started off really, really well, but then he became the best keeper in the Prem when Alisson is there, just chilling. Like Spurs do this to themselves too much, and like just LB said, they need to go out and do that thing and spend over the odds or give someone that extra salary just because to speed up that development, rather than keeps restarting with these new Brendan Johnsons every season. Like,
but Kunle, you know what, Kunle? Yeah, just quick cash. Yeah, you know, a lot of their fan base have been conned into believing that they can't spend money. They generate a lot of cash, man, and the graph that Cass said he's seen as well proves that they're actually doing mint on the financial fair play. They can spend dough, but their owners will be like, oh, well, we can't spend because of this or that, and then a lot of their fans will just believe it, bro. They have money to spend, man. They have cash to spend. I think they generate like one of the biggest match day revenues in the country.
They've got like one of the most expensive tickets as well, isn't it?
Exactly. Like, they've got cash to spend, man, but they won't, because they don't want it. They want to buy players to do them up to sell to make profit.
I think they're also paying off for the stadium as well, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you can't use that as an excuse, man, because you knew that was going to happen when you built the stadium. You know what I mean? So you should have factored that into your plans. Otherwise, basically they just say to Spurs fans, sorry, for the next 10 years while we build this stadium, we ain't winning shit. We ain't buying no one.
Let me just do this. Chelsea have prepared to swap Raheem Sterling for Michael Elise for Crystal Palace to avoid a 60 million release clause. When I tell you now, if you think Sterling's ego is going to accept Crystal Palace, if you think that's happening, guess again. Big up honesty, by the way, for letting us know. Who works at what works at BVB doesn't work at Man United. Well, yeah, one's a selling club and one's got no pressure compared to another club who's absolute shit show and got massive amounts of pressure, especially on the media. And then I was also gonna say with Spurs, to be fair, if you're a Spurs fan and you said, are you taking 5th place at the start of the season, considering you just sold Harry Kane, they would say yeah. Like, honestly, with an attractive style, you would say, yeah, you would. So I don't think any Spurs fan should be disappointed. I think the disappointing thing is how much further could you have went? And that's when
I think you've got to be disappointed, Cass, because for me, the way they fell off has been it's
been like injuries was an excuse at some point, and then they all became fit again. I think around March, Feb, maybe.
Yeah, they fell off.
But do you think if the message was when they were top of the league was like, nah, this is just a little bit of exciting hype right now, the managers just come in, the players are excited, if that was the message from the fan base, do you think we'd be still saying they fell off now? That is the question.
Maybe, but like
I think they hyped it up to make us, and he was, bro, like literally that's all it was. That's how I look at it, man.
Last one as well. By the way, make sure you smash the like button with 25 off of 200 as well. So make sure you do that if you don't mind. If you haven't done that in a sec, piss off Hooks, man. If Spurs are ambitious, go get Bruno, get Tony, Bruno G, get Tony or Isaac. Get a better defender than Romero, and also get a winger that can take over from Son. But they were meant to go get Antonio Nusa. Don't know what happened there. They got 2 centre, but they're going to get another centre back, I reckon, because they're lacking in that department still. So they have rebuilt the defense. Bruno Gomes is. I don't think Bruno Gomes is going to want to go from Newcastle to Tottenham personally. Tony might be a shout though. It's a good shout. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap up there. This is gonna go to Big Six Bands where me and Monch should be doing Chelsea.
United, bro. United.
Yeah,
I thought doing Chelsea, but we'll save that one.
Yeah, United keep sell. You know what the maddest thing is? You lot are gonna. You think I like a lot of these players? Guess a fucking again. But yeah, look, everyone's channels in the description below. Go get Dan up to 5K. Make sure Tunnel TV go watch their reactions as well with Kunle and the rest of the crew as well. Big up Kanebi as well, and then obviously LB. I think you're on the route to 20K. I believe you're at 20K. And Big Six Bands is still not hit 10K. So what the hell are you lot doing? It's going to go there. Make sure you go there. Go smash a like there. I remain in jail. Is what it is. In a bit. You lot, yeah, it's nice to be back, I suppose.